Hi, welcome to SGS Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the Into the Weekend with BetDSI show for the first week of the College Bowls, which kick off tomorrow on Saturday. We are talking, of course, with Brent, the headlines manager at DSI Sportsbook. Brent, thanks for being back with us.
Glad to be with you, Peter.
All right, so let's start off with for this show. We're just going to cover the 12 bowls starting from Saturday through Friday, December 23rd. And so far, there's only one bowl that you said has taken sharp action. And it's interesting because the line has actually moved opposite of the way that sharp action has gone. You told us last week that two different sharp guys came in on San Diego State at 3.5 and 3. Now the line's all the way up to 4.5. So I'm wondering, did sharp action come back on the other side, or is public action just overwhelming the sharp action that came in early?
Yeah, it's both public action and some deep pockets the other way. I mean, that line we talked about, I had San Diego State money at plus 3.5. There's also plus 3 even money. And so that line had dropped down, got down to where it was like -3, -15 on Houston. Took some, what I'll call, big bet back the other way. And, I mean, looking at my wager count, it's 2.5. We'll call it 3-1 favoring Houston. So, I mean, Houston is definitely more of a brand name team, if you want to call it. This year they've had some big wins and they were ranked up there for quite a while during the season. So, it's basically just public action and some deeper pocket bets that came in on Houston. So the line has popped back up now. The guys who took the plus 3.5 haven't jumped back in a plus 4, but 4.5. But I don't know. I still just get a feeling that the sharp's going to come back on San Diego State and take that line back down. I also do have sharp money on the under of this game. We took sharp action on the under 53.5. Right now we're sitting. We've bounced kind of back and forth between 51.5 and 51, but under 53.5 with sharp. My money here on this game is. Wow, I mean, it's like 8-1 maybe on favoring the under, and again, because that was the big max bet we took from the sharp guy. Looking at the actual wager count, though, it's almost like 5-1 favoring the over. So this is one of those classic public sharp splits where I got a lot of public money on the over. Again, a count like 4, almost 5-1 on the over, but sharps on the under 53.5 on this one.
All right, so the sharps apparently liking San Diego State, and the line has moved up because of public action the other way. Some of it deep-pocketed public action. Interesting, Brent. Another game that goes on Saturday that has seen a significant line movement is Southern Miss and Louisiana Lafayette. That one's been creeping up since it opened. Opened about 3.5. Now it's all the way up to 6 or 6.5 market-wide. I've heard some opinions that have convinced me that Southern Miss is a good play. Did you get sharp action that drove that line up?
No, I actually I didn't. Again, this is the time of year where with the bowl games you got fewer games to choose from. So someone who might typically bet 2 times on a game might be betting 5 times on a game just because they have the bankroll to do that. I'm not saying that's the case here, but I basically just got a whole lot of bigger bets on Southern Miss. My wager count does favor them as well, almost like 2-1 favoring them. I haven't really got any sharp money involved in this at all, like either way. So it's not that I got sharp money one side or the other. Definitely not sharp money driving it back up on Southern Miss. It's just one of the cases where people are betting them, and most of the people who are betting them have deep pockets, we'll call it. So we're sitting at 6.5 right now. Total of 58.5. Maybe no surprise that I just got public money bet on the over, so we've gone from 57 to 58.5 right now. Wager count on the over is almost like it's almost 3-1 on the over. So just general public money coming on the over, and again just bigger bets on Southern Miss right now.
All right, and then the third game I want to ask about is Memphis, Western Kentucky, and this is one of those games that, I don't know, when the line opened, I thought it was one of these no-brainer overplays on bowl games that you do see sometimes. I bet it when it opened at 77. It's now up to 79. I'm sure the public is all over the over here at like 10-1, but maybe some early sharp action did come in on the over, or maybe some has come on the under, as we have, as you've already told us about some other bowl games this year so far. What can you tell us about Memphis, Western Kentucky?
Well, I do see one very large wager that we took here on the over 77. So I'm going to assume that's your account now, Peter. So I've got you pegged, and I can flag you as a sharp, and we'll go from there. But no, you're almost dead on with the wager count. It's almost 10. I mean, it's just under 10-1. I mean, if I do the math, it's probably like 9. It's actually like 9-1 favoring the over. But yeah, just a whole lot over money from. I'm not going to say public and square guys because the present company considered. But yeah, over 77 is where we took the first big hit, and we went straight up to 70. Got a little bit more money back there, up to 79. We were just in the money, the line kind of creep up, and even at 79, it's basically been all all over money. I mean, I've got a few bets on the under, but nothing of note at all. So all I've got is some bigger bets on the over. Again, it started at 77. We're up to 79 right now. The side, I'm balanced, like dead even in terms of my wager count. It couldn't be more balanced, and pretty much the side too. I mean, I've got a little bit more money on Western Kentucky, but wagers are almost dead even on this one.
All right, well, as long as you haven't taken any sharp action on the under, that's basically all I wanted to hear. All right, but you have taken list action on San Diego State and the San Diego State under. That's it for now. What else can you tell us about notable action that you've taken on the 12 bowls through December 23rd?
The game Texas San Antonio and New Mexico, I do have sharp action on this one. Again, it's on the under. I've got more wagers on the over, as no surprise in terms of the wager count being 2-1 favoring the over. But I do have two different sharps involved in this one. Both of them on the under as well. Now, first it came at under 63, and we got bet again by another sharp at under 61.5. We're all the way down to 58.5 right now. So that's quite a big move. We're talking like 4.5 points on a total move. But I've got very very respectable, very sharp action on the under. And even the bets that I've taken outside of this number, like under the 62 and under the 59.5, are very respectable guys. All guys who would at worst kind of tread water long term. Definitely guys who are respectable. So I feel if you could have grabbed the under 63, that's a very strong play. But even still, I think that definitely seems to be the way to go. I've got nothing but strong support, sharp guys going on the under there. Appalachian State is another one I want to talk about. Is Appalachian State and Toledo. Appalachian State is now a slight favorite. Now we're using like a pick or pick minus 15 on this one right now, but we took sharp action on this one. App State was the sharp side, +1 -05. Now, my wager count's almost dead even on this one. Just slightly favors Toledo, so maybe that's not a bad spot for us. But my money's, quite heavily favoring App State, almost like 5-1 because of the sharp action that came on the +1 -05. And again, right now I've got App State at a pick -115. The total of this game is another one where I've taken sharp action as well. Now, you've seen this total go up. Unfortunately for us, we kind of like the spots where I've got sharp guys going under and the public going over, as the public generally does. This is one of those games where I've got money on the over 58.5 that came from sharp action, and I've got public money going over as well. My wager count's almost like 5-1. And again, we're talking about the wager count is the actual number of bets, individual bets I've taken on this one. So it's almost like 5-1 favoring the over in terms of my wager count. My money's almost 8-1 favoring the over as well, and I got sharp action on the over 58.5 in a while. So that's quite a bit of sharp action going the same way. And even looking down all the way down to the 25th, the 23rd and stuff like that, not a whole lot of action on a lot of these games. I do got very very one-sided action on that Memphis Western Kentucky game, as we talked about. Other than that, just basically good two-way action. I've got Old Dominion's kind of a chart as we're looking at right now in terms of the wager count. It's got almost like 4-1 favoring them. Again, they're the favorite playing Eastern Michigan. Navy's another game where I got Louisiana Tech and Navy. Again, the wager count favoring Louisiana Tech. They're the favorite, almost like 4-1 as well. So right now, I don't have any other more sharp action to talk about. Just general public action. And again, just over money and favorite money. Louisiana Tech is a classic case there. That total there as well, like about 5-1 my wager count on the over. Eastern Michigan almost 5-1 on the over as well. So just kind of typical stuff right now. But the sharp action that we talked about already was like San Diego State earlier in the week. The under on that game as well. Texas San Antonio under the 63. App State the side. And App State the over 58.5 as well. That's pretty much it, Peter.
All right, Brent from BetDSI, awesome info as always. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you again next week for the second week of the College Bowls. Thanks, Brent.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.